Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Lüning, Horst Lüning. This is my son Ben, and today we have the Dalmore 15 years of age here in our cask, and this is one of my favorites, I have to admit.
Mm-hmm. Dalmore, yeah, I've driven past Dalmore. It's up in the Highlands, and I think, was that the famous Route 500 or something like that? Okay, I was on the motorway up there. It's not quite that much of an autobahn, but it's kind of a highway. And you can see the Dalmore, they have a stag as their symbol, and it was illuminated as the stag.
Yeah, the stag was from the Mackenzie clan, and they rescued King Alexander III from a deer, attacking deer, and after that they were allowed to carry the deer in their coat of arms.
Their royal stag. Yeah. I was there in November, December, something like that, and it was something like 3:30, so 15:30, and it was already dark. So I wanted to make a few pictures, but I couldn't because it was already dark.
There are pictures already here in our whiskey database from the Dalmore Distillery, because I was there first time 1995, I think, and the second time 2008 or something. And it's the whiskey distillery is on the shore of the Firth of Forth, or how it's called, up there. Yeah, it's the Northern Highlands on the southern shore, where these entrance to Inverness. How is that called? Firth of something.
I don't know.
It is on that shore, so quite in the south of the Northern Highlands. And the Northern Highlands are, well, famous for their rare whiskies, because there are only just a few distilleries up there. And so Dalmore was not that popular in former times, and it took quite a time. And they started their journey, I think, around the year 2000, when they published the new bottle shape. Former times they had just a normal standard liquor bottle. And then, 2003, I think it was, they started to finish the whiskies in sherry casks. And this one is finished in Oloroso sherry cask from, I have to read it, Apóstoles, and they are from type Amoroso, I think. Amoroso is in this time. They are Oloroso sherry cask, I think. So
definitely
they write it somewhere here. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, just pour us, and I'll read it first.
Yeah.
Okay, 12 years maturing in American white oak ex-bourbon barrels, casks. Preceded a 3-year finish in 3 different sherry woods: Amororo, Apóstoles, and Matusalem Oloroso.
Amororo, it's not right. Oloroso.
Spanish people. I'm really amazed that it's called Oloroso, not Oloroso.
That's Italian.
I always want to say Oloroso.
That's Italian.
Yeah,
Spanish.
probably.
Rosso means red.
Red? Okay.
Testa rossa. Ferrari. A wonderful nose. Really massive, intense, full, saturated sweetness, fruitiness, and oranges. Yeah. This is the main impact, and to that orange, it's not, it's a juicy orange. And on top of that is some spiciness, some cinnamon, nutmeg, probably. Yeah. Wonderful nose.
And I find it to be a good balance between that sweetness, juiciness, and a little bit of spiciness. As you said, nutmeg, oranges, a little bit of cinnamon. It really reminds a bit of that pre-Christmas flavors. When you have that orange peel on the heater, or some nutmeg on, and cinnamon biscuits or something like that.
Yeah. in the beginning, it's just wonderful, smooth in my mouth, not impacting, and then all the sherry notes attack. There's a lot of juiciness, mouth-watering, and then as soon as that vanishes, there is some spiciness appearing, probably a little bit of ginger, and the oranges went over tangerines, now into some light oakiness in the aftertaste. Yeah, and there are spices, those Christmas spices you mentioned.
Oh, when you have it in your mouth, it's wonderfully juicy, a bit of orange juice in there, but one of these soft orange juices. And when you swallow it, you do realize the full flavor impact of the finished barrels, and you do have a lot of spiciness. These Christmas spices. Yeah. And what do you call that in English? Thymian? I'm not quite sure. That Mediterranean... Thyme, yeah. Just made a risotto last week. Halved everything except the thyme. So I quite remember the flavor, and that's definitely thyme.
Yeah, and when you had the second sip, then this spiciness covers completely your tongue, and it's really this vanishing ginger which gives the additional kick in this whiskey. Wonderful piece of work. Yeah, it's around a little bit of above 60 to 70 euros, dollars, pounds. So this is quite a little bit more affordable, more expensive, not that affordable. It's 40% ABV, so it's quite for the average user, and the 15 years of age, they really show. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it how you have all the flavors except the smoke. I don't feel any smokiness, but you do have juiciness, you do have fruitiness, you do have sweetness, spiciness, a lot of spiciness, a little hint of oak in the end. It has very many facets and very many dimensions in that whiskey. It's a complex thing.
Yeah.
I love it.
So this is a definite buy.
It was nice
I think
whiskey.
we'll see it in another video.
I love it
again.
how they get so little bitterness in there.
It's just the finishing.
It's just the finishing, but some finished whiskies with 3 years of finishing have a lot more bitterness. But this one shows nearly nothing in bitterness.
Probably those are from European oak casks, and this one might be American oak casks used by the Spanish bodegas.
It's definitely, they put a lot of effort into the maturing. A lot of thought and effort is going into the maturing of Dalmore whiskey. Richard Pedersen is doing a good job.
Yeah. So we should spoil a little bit.
It
was empty already.
Okay.
Don't spoil a drop.
Yeah, that's one thing from Richard Pedersen. He does that all the time. Okay. So, yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you found this video interesting, then please feel free to share it with your friends, and see you next time.